Welcome to our first ever episode of Bar-ish, a segment of gibberish where instead of just drinking beers and alcohols people have already made, well, technically that's what we're doing, but
we're putting our own spin on things.
we're making cocktails.
We're gonna have fun.
Woo!
All right, so today we have an assortment of items here on the table, including Jim Beam bourbon, and what is this over here, Adam?
Which one?
The one that I can't pronounce that looks like Jaeger.
This? It is Bar and Jaeger. It is a honey liqueur. We got some. I never know how to pronounce that. Angostura bitters, whatever. We got orange peel, simple syrup. I make my own because I'm cheap. Ice, mixing kit, and a smoking gun.
You bastard. What is your cocktail we're making today?
So today, I'm kind of cheapening it a little bit, I guess. I'm doing my own personal take on an old-fashioned. By the end of it, some of you might complain that it's nothing like an old-fashioned, but you know what? This is how I make it.
It's a new-fashioned.
I like it.
It's a new-fashioned.
It's a new-fashioned old-fashioned.
A new-fashioned, old-fashioned, fashioned by Fashion Adam.
Yes. Sure. Yeah. All right, so we got our glasses. Now we're going to move to our mixing kit. Get your mixing glass. We're going to start with... actually, no, we're not starting with the ice cubes. Sorry. We're going to start with half an ounce of simple syrup. You can do regular sugar if you want, or you can do simple syrup however you feel like making it. It's up to you. So we'll start with a half ounce of simple syrup. Next up, we're going to grab the bitters. And for a single serving, you're going to do 3 dashes of bitters. Go ahead, 1, 2, 3.
What do those really taste like? The bitters. Is it bitter?
No, actually, it's not. It's like, here, go ahead, smell. Tell me what you smell.
I almost kind of smell like Jaeger.
Maybe a little bit, yeah. Kind of that.
I do know they
it's
make
like a floral but sweet kind of smell and taste.
Yeah, I feel like. Yeah, never mind. Moving on.
So after that, you're gonna go ahead and drop in a couple of ice cubes. Go ahead and grab those, put them in the bottom, and this is a stirred drink, not shaken.
Are you James Bond?
I did not say it that way, did I?
So you're not James Bond.
I am not James Bond. Never did I ever claim to be James Bond. So we're going to stir that around, make sure that's well mixed, because it's going to help put a foundation together for the rest of the drink. After you do that, we're going to add in our 2 ounces of bourbon. This is a bourbon old-fashioned. I prefer bourbon in my old-fashions. You can do scotch. You can do whatever you want, honestly, as long as it's a whiskey.
Good point.
So we're going to do 2 ounces. 6.
2 shots of vodka.
It was a 6-second pour. We're fine.
I
It's 2
know.
ounces. All right, and then we're gonna finish it off with a little bit over half an ounce of honey liqueur.
Honey liqueur.
You're gonna go ahead and give that another stir. And we're gonna let that sit and chill for just a second while we get our smoker set up.
Smoker?
Yeah, we got a smoking gun down here. So we're gonna take some wood chips. These are hickory wood chips. We're just gonna take a few.
What if you just put the whole thing in there?
That would be a lot of smoke. All right, we're gonna take our dome. We're gonna put it over the glass. We're just gonna smoke the glass before we start. If you do this after, it melts the ice when you put it in, which just really waters down the drink. So we're gonna go ahead and turn it on.
This is like one of the manliest things I've ever seen.
We're just gonna hold that flame there while we pull the smoke. You can kind of see it starting to fill in the glass a little bit.
Neat. I feel like if we put too much in, like, smoke's just gonna start rolling out of the basement up the stairs. And
That's the nice thing about it being these little wood chips is it doesn't get that. I mean, it doesn't
that
put out
smoky,
that potent of a smoke.
Yeah,
just enough to like flavor the glass a little bit. And do that just for like 10-15 seconds or until you kind of feel like it has a good amount of flavor. And then when you take a nice little whiff of the glass, you get a nice smell of smoke, which really brings out the bourbon in the old fashioned.
Nice.
Considering I've added a lot of stuff into this to make it a little sweeter, it really helps to have that additional flavor. Next, we're gonna do a little hand stir and strain.
Putting a strain on yourself.
And I like to add the ice cubes second, because otherwise it just sits there and melts.
You made this a double, didn't you?
No, this is a single.
That's a single?
This is a single. Next, we got our orange peel. Get that powder coming out.
Powder?
It's like a little powder stuff that like sits in the orange peel, and that's what you sprig out.
Ew.
And you wipe the edge of the glass, drop that in, and then, because I'm a little crazy, I squeezed a little bit of orange juice. I'll go ahead and just pour a tiny bit of that in there.
Just a little bit.
All right.
Just a smidgen.
What do you think?
Yep, that's a cocktail. Definitely. Ooh. Oh yeah, there we go. There's the money shot.
Yeah. Give it a try. What do you think?
All right, hold on.
Here.
Nice presentation.
Welcome to my world, my guy.
Interesting.
And there you have it. That's how I make my version of an old-fashioned. Highly encourage you guys to try it. But let's give our review on it.
Okay. You go
Cheers.
first since it's your baby.
See, I think it's perfect. Doing just such small amounts of all the other additional things like the bitters, the simple syrup, just a tiny bit of that honey liqueur and orange juice. It's enough to give it a different flavor profile along with the smoke that brings out the bourbon, which makes it a little bit more harsh and gives you that bourbon flavor. It's like a perfect balance of all these different flavors. I know not everybody has one of these little smoker things, but even so, even by itself without that, it's still a great drink. Just keep in mind, it's probably going to be a little sweeter, a little less harsh on the bourbon, unless you were to add a little bit more bourbon to it.
I was going to say, because this is a sweeter drink.
It is.
Just overall. Even like mine might taste a little bit sweeter than yours, but it's still very sweet. It's not super harsh. And, you know, we usually do chug tests on this show. We're not going to chug these because that's very rude to Adam.
I put my blood, sweat, and tears into this.
You put everything except those into those. Into this. Okay.
I sweat into it.
But overall, I mean, yeah. You know, I've had regular old fashions and I thought, you know, they're good. This is, you know, a few notches above, especially given with the smoke, because the smoke does help. You get more of the bourbon. I've never tried this honey. Was it honey liqueur?
It's a honey liqueur, yeah.
I've never tried this honey liqueur. I mean, I can't say anything else about it. It's just really good.
What's your star rating?
This is the point where where it determines our friendship, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't be afraid to offend me. It's fine. I'm a big enough person. I can take it.
Okay.
I want your honest review, because they need to know exactly what you think.
I'm giving this 4.5.
4.5.
4.5. It's really good.
I'm
Really
not
good.
giving myself that kind of credit. I'm giving myself like a 3.75 or a 4. I feel like surely there's some other like bartender out there that can make a better old fashioned.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. But for me, this is the best
my
one.
drink.
For me, this is the best one I've had.
That's
You know,
fair.
and no, I know a lot of like some people put like cherries and stuff in it,
Yeah.
and a little more garnish or whatever. But you know, because it's real nice because you get the orange peel in it, you smell the orange, and then you got
Simple
the orange
man's.
juice in it. Me personally, I like sweeter drinks. This is a very sweet drink. I feel like the orange juice, if you put like for me personally, I would put like half of an orange
Yeah.
and pour the juice in there. That's what I would do.
So that's just one thing for me. I feel like the orange juice just kind of makes sense. I mean, you're adding the orange peel, so you're already getting that essence of an orange in there. So I feel like why not just toss a little bit of that juice in there?
Mm-hmm.
It's like I feel like that really makes the drink.
And as I'm drinking it, as we're getting down more farther, as we're getting down here, it's even getting smoother.
Yeah. Keep in mind the honey liqueur is a little heavier, so it's like it'd probably be wise of you to continually sit here and just kind of like shake it every once in a while just to make sure it's mixed up well, because it is going to try to settle to the bottom a little bit more.
Because this is only getting better as I'm drinking it.
Yeah.
So
yeah, please do for these next couple of episodes, and honestly for future episodes. This isn't the only time we're going to be doing a cocktail segment where we put our own spin on things, try different stuff. We want to know some of your favorite drinks to make at home, and maybe we can give them a try here. Or, like, please be specific when you do that, though.
Yeah.
So we know exactly how you like to make it.
And one thing I will say, we should probably kind of stay away from certain mixed drinks that include massive amounts of different alcohols. We are broke. We don't have the money to afford, we can afford beer, and we can afford, random bottles of whiskey or bourbon. But, Long Island iced teas, what different alcohols do you need to make those? Because I
honestly don't know.
I know there's a lot.
I feel like I probably have most of them sitting upstairs, honestly.
Great. What we need to do is figure out how we can make a Malort cocktail.
That... Pending.
Pre-research.
Anyways,
I am Blake. This is our bartender, Adam. Thank you for joining us on our first ever Bar-ish segment. There surely will be plenty more episodes to come. And I think with that...
Give me a White Russian.
All right.